Hey everybody, DGooden24 here. Welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to talk about the NASCAR console gaming landscape, I guess, because in the last week or so, it's been pretty crazy with a lot of news and speculation. And I'm going to try to talk about that today. If you're new to the channel, you would know that wouldn't know that I have been talking about the new NASCAR 21 game for a while, at least 6 months or so. And we were all hyped for it, and we got bit. Game turned out not to be very good, and still a mess. And we've put a lot of time and effort into playing this game, talking about this game, and analyzing it. And there's some stuff that's came out this last week or so that's really interesting, and makes me very confused and intrigued for the future of NASCAR console games. And a lot of this is just going to be speculation. I'm not going to come with you and saying I have the hard facts or anything. This is just from what I've heard. I don't have a lot of sources. It's just things I've heard in passing. So we will just go on, and you can take everything here with a grain of salt. But anyway, so last week, iRacing acquired Monster Games. If you don't know Monster Games, they made the old Dirt to Daytona / NASCAR Heat games. And they did some stuff for Nintendo, and then they came back and rebooted NASCAR Heat again and made 5 games, I think, 4 or 5, and they were okay. NASCAR Heat Evolution was pretty much a carbon copy port of Dirt to Daytona's physics and engine, and just from the sounds of everything, and it was rough graphically, rough from a lot of perspectives. It was very bare bones. And the games gradually got better, added more features, and the graphics got a little bit better. But most of all, they were pretty well thought of being mediocre games. Not completely horrendous, but fine. Nothing spectacular, groundbreaking. And then when this new company, Motorsport Games, came in and purchased, I guess, the license, they kind of went to the curb, and they went and made other things. They made the Tony Stewart games, the Tony Stewart Sprint Car Racing and SRX the Game. Oh, and Tony Stewart's All-American Racing. I played all of those, and they were pretty good. They weren't terrible by any stretch of the imagination, but they were definitely, from what I have played, and I've played a lot of them, is that they're kind of like NASCAR Heat, but dirt. But they made pretty good strides. The SRX game was actually pretty good, but it just kind of went away. I kind of figured they were working on another game related to Tony Stewart or something. So now iRacing has bought them up, and they have also bought, I apologize if I got this wrong, but it's Orontes. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. They bought them, and these are companies that are basically working on console games specifically. So I don't expect these guys to come in and start working on iRacing themselves. They're probably, from what we can tell, and they've mentioned this in their press release, I'll post the picture, that they're going to try to bring these racing games or iRacing into a broader market. So from what I understand, and what this says to me, is that iRacing is going to start making some console games. And I don't expect it to be everything. I would expect it to be a NASCAR game, maybe an IndyCar game, and you'll understand why I say that when I talk about what's after this. It would be some sort of like a NASCAR or a specific series type game. It wouldn't just be iRacing on consoles. But you would question this because Motorsport Games signed a multi-year deal with NASCAR. From what I have heard or read is that it is non-exclusive. So like the iRacing series, the NASCAR Racing series wouldn't exist if it was exclusive, from what I understand. So there's a chance that another company could come in like iRacing and just make another game. I don't know how the contract looks or works, obviously, but we'll see. So you're asking yourself, how can multiple games exist? Well, Austin Ogonoski today posted on Twitter that he's hearing unconfirmed reports that NASCAR is about to distance themselves from motorsport games, with IndyCar doing the same thing. And he kind of references how they're iRacing's acquisition of Monster Games and the other company that I can't pronounce would make sense as to why this is happening, so they can make their own game and post it. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and frankly, it's very intriguing. So there's a good chance that either Motorsport Games isn't going to make another NASCAR game, or they are each going to make a game at the same time, which would be, in my opinion, the best thing. I know the NASCAR market isn't very big right now, but 2 games would be pretty cool. I just don't know how they would be sustainable. He also said it would be like a full-on simulator in the same vein as NR 2003 or Assetto Corsa. So we'll see. We'll see. It's very intriguing. So Motorsport Games released their latest updates for NASCAR 21 Ignition today. They had like a roadmap, and they were going to do a town hall. It kind of seems ironic that all this stuff has come out, and here they are finally giving an update. We haven't heard anything since the last patch. And so they're giving you the opportunity to ask questions or whatever. And they posted a roadmap. So in January, the next patch and DLC will come out, and they are adding stavage and private parties. Whether that means lobbies or not, I guess that's what it means. Then in February, another patch with a next-gen car test mode and the shaky cam and the settings. You can turn it on or off, which is good. And in April, the PS5 and Xbox Series X/XS upgrade. So here's my thoughts on that. So stages and private lobbies being added in January, it makes sense. They said they were working on it, obviously, and this seems about the right time, if they started when we think they did, that this will be implemented. And then in February, the next-gen car test mode. Does that mean that they're adding next-gen and it's only testing? Or does that mean they're adding next-gen and a testing mode? I'm not sure. And them getting rid of the shaky cam is good. And then the Xbox Series X and PS5 upgrades. So, as someone that plays on PC on almost max graphics, the game looks great. And on consoles, the game looks horrendous. I play on a PS5 and it looks really bad. Hopefully they can at least bring it up to the PC levels on the next-gen consoles, if not a little better. I don't know if they're going to be doing anything else or not, but we will see. So this was their first post since December 15th, or 17th, I'm sorry. So I kind of thought they were done working on the next game. I'm very curious what's going to happen here. So there's a chance that we may not get a NASCAR 22. There's a chance that we could have 2 games. There's a chance iRacing can take over the helm with the console games. It's very interesting. There's a lot going on here, and I'm very intrigued as to what's going to happen. Like I said, I would prefer 2 games, but I don't think that would happen. I just don't. There's just not enough fanfare, and there's not enough players to even, have both games. And frankly, I would still buy both of them, but it's interesting. There's a lot going on, and frankly, we as consumers deserve better than NASCAR 21. We deserve a quality, product. So we'll see. There's a lot going on. I don't really have any more to say about this. It's just kind of the news. Like I said, take everything with a grain of salt. I don't know Austin personally or anything, and there's a lot of things out there about him and other people that I would, not make this true. So it is what it is. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please hit that like button, subscribe. Lots more racing game content on the way. All right, so we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.